Hello and welcome to Wolfman Gaming. This is my Layers of Fear blind playthrough and we are at episode 9. That was so uncalled for. So note to self for future episodes, don't move while doing the intro. I hate this game. Even though this so which path should we go? They both seem equally shitty. I'm gonna head down this one. I like the fact that that doll is like looking at me and he is ready to pounce. Dolls' houses. Okay. That's almost a bit humorous. What's that, like a hunting trophy? Something? So and I feel next to jump scares, dolls is one of the absolute worst things they could have put in this game. Nobody likes dolls. That is a toy. That I don't understand why they keep producing it, because I think more people are probably scared of dolls than they are of fucking clowns. Which would make sense because dolls have been around for much longer than clowns have. Ooh. Okay. What's behind me? Just a corridor. Yeah, I guess we'll go into this little tight ass corner. Because why not? This project has quickly become a lot more masochistic than I thought it would be when I started it. Because this started just like most of my projects. I thought it could be fun. And I've come to the conclusion that it may have been a mistake to do this to myself. I feel that I am probably just walking in circles. Yes, but this corridor has slightly no, it has not shifted. I thought the doll's mask had moved over to a different angle, but no, it hasn't. So I guess we'll head down this corridor instead. I heard something. Did something move? And now we have one of those pouncing dolls again. Why is there a pouncing doll? Because I think there is something moving over there. Talking about the fear of dolls. By the way. Because That feels almost like a religious figure. The fear of dolls. I think I'll try to reach the end of at least one train of thought. It's something that's been around for a very long time, because dolls have a tendency, if they are well made, to remind you a little bit of children. But you do know that they are not real children, and with the opening and closing eyes, okay, fuck it. Come on, hit me with your best shot. And there's nothing wrong with your screen, it is pitch black at this moment. There we go. Yes. I think people are afraid of dolls because they are almost lifelike. But not really. I'm betting that that tiny doll's house is the next part of the painting. It feels like it should be. But at the same time, it isn't. And I think the fear of clowns became a widespread thing after Stephen King wrote It. He is responsible for turning not just one generation, I think everyone from the 80s going forward turned into I bet there is an official name for it, like not clownophobes, but pierophobes or something like that. Foolophobes. So either way, I'm not quite sure where the hell I was going with that, but I probably had a point at some point. Interesting. And if you're wondering why I have like the cross. Okay. Looks like Slender Man. I don't know if you can see anything, but things are getting really warpy. And I am so not going into that room. But something I feel I need to address, the reason why I have a tendency to have the crosshair aimed slightly down while going around corners is because I tell myself I will shit myself a little bit less if I have it that way. Yes, give up like always. That's not a very wholesome attitude. Give up like always. Is that like a comment from the mother aimed towards the father around parenting? In this case, probably sobriety is also a candidate. Because I feel sobriety really isn't his thing. This house is packed with, what should we call it? I think I've addressed it previously, like liquid inspiration. So, white door or grey door? Well, the white door kind of stands out, so I guess that's where we're supposed to go. There's another fucking doll. This is a child's room. The blocks say nothing. I am willing to bet this is the key for the music box out in the corridor. And I am not gonna make the same mistake as I did in episode 4 and turn around too fast. Because we all know, of course. And it's one of those, the very minute I stop cranking it, it's probably gonna pop open. And controls are very uncooperative. Come on, pop out and scare me. No? Well, it will. We all know it. It's gonna wait until I'm not prepared, and then it's gonna throw shit in my face, and that is not a fitting painting to have in a children's room. Okay, there's the music box. No, it wasn't the music box. I'm not 100% sure I'm done in here. I still remember those pop-up thingies, pop-up toys. Not quite sure what they're called in English, and please let me know in the comments if you know. Fluffy fakers mocking me, lying still between toys, no toys allowed. What does it mean that rats hid in between the toys? I still remember the first time I came across one of those pop-up toys. They're called, like, I don't know if they're called Jack in the Box or something like that. I think Jack in the Box is like a fast food chain, or used to be at least. Or maybe it's one of those fast food chains that only exist in movies. Either way, the first time I came across one of those pop-up box fucking toys when I was a kid, it was over at I was at my cousin's, and my aunt was babysitting me or something, or I was just there. May have just been there visiting them and playing with my cousin, and he put that in front of me. And me being only like 4 or 5 years old, and having never come across that malicious, disgusting toy before in my life, I almost pissed myself when the lid popped open, and I remember it was a clown's head. Of course, it was a clown's head. They are always fucking clown's heads. And I was so scared afterwards because we started messing about with it as soon as I stopped crying. Ah, there we go. And even when I knew what was gonna happen, I was still scared. And I'm a bit scared now because something is gonna happen. Something's gonna pop open. Shit is gonna come flying at me from the TV. Yes! It was almost like that clown. Disgusting fucking thing. It's just wrong to put a child through that trauma. Ugh. Even though, let's stop and talk about that sequence for a second. Oh, that dog isn't doing too well. That sequence was so fucking cool. Bringing back traumatic childhood memories. Fucking clown. Yes, that I love that part.
This was a special brush, like a horsehair brush, but different. At that point, I hesitated. Will this really work? Fuck it. I was already halfway through, and besides, it's not like I can just put it all back and forget the whole thing.
I was waiting through that entire sequence to just for something just come flying at me. Okay. But they didn't do that. Instead, they just went full on surreal, bizarre, and I love it. This game does so many things right when it comes to horror. And I was a little bit afraid going into this that this place is fucked and it's getting more fucked every time I come back here. I was afraid that they were just gonna smash you with jump scares, but no. The developers have proven to be much more sophisticated than that. Interesting. I said in a previous episode that it looked like a Cannibal Corpse album cover. Even more so now. Actually, I gotta say, that I really like this painting. It is very disturbing, but it looks super cool. Actually, I would say that it's done there. Yes. But we have collected 4 pieces now. The hairbrush was the last one, and I am actually gonna end this episode right here. And I want to thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again in my next video. So until next time, this is the Wolfman signing off.